So my buddy basically let me take over his show, you know what I'm saying? Funky Friday, to promote my new book. Which one my camera? This my red one? I see
Nah, this you right here.
This me right here. Okay,
right
you just looking at the motherfucker. Okay, you looking at the silhouette motherfucker. Okay, well check me out. We got The Voice in My Head is God by yours truly. I'm the author. I'm the owner.
Yo, what's good with it? What's poppin'? What it is, what it ain't, what it could be, what it should be, what it would be. Cam Newton the son, Mr. Boogie the All, here with another episode of Funky Friday. And ladies and gentlemen, I promise, I really do promise, to give good content for the masses, but most of all, I promise to just keep it funky. Now this one right here is one that I appreciate as a partner, as a person from Atlanta, as a person that I just seen grow even at peak, beyond peak, and still peak. You dig what I'm saying? Definitely goes with so many different things that I see on a professional level, as well as on a personal level. This particular individual is a Grammy-winning rapper, entrepreneur, heavy on the entrepreneur, son, husband, heavy on the husband, father, heavy on the father, and now, author. I present the son and introduce to others. I play a partner. 2 Chainz!
What's up,
My boy.
What's up, man?
How you thugging, bro?
What's up, my boy?
You mellow, man. You good?
It's early for me, you know, but I'm good, though.
Early?
Yeah, it's early. You know, I be up all night working, so.
Hanging out? Not hanging out.
But I be working. I work late. I do graveyard shift, but you know, they told me I had to come rock with you. I was a couple minutes late. Me and the wife stopped and picked up some breakfast, but for the most part,
Where y'all go?
we went to a breakfast spot down the street. I can't even think of the name.
Now, being in this industry of rap, and I see it firsthand, I see it weekly, you and your wife's dynamic, Keisha, I respect it, fun, and it's admirable.
Yeah.
When she's in your presence and when she's not in your presence. That's not a typical thing to do being a quote unquote rapper. How did you get to the idea to say, hey, this is what I want to do, and really being an active father, but a husband first?
You know, I want to do that. I want to be active. I want to be an active father. It's not as easy as it may look sometimes because you have to try to balance so many things, but I want to be a good partner, friend, significant other, husband. And so, you know, when you want to do something, you put that time into it and you make it work.
Man, now we got a lot of similarities. As a matter of fact, when you proposed to Keisha, I was at the Met.
Oh yeah, I don't remember.
You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah, I remember proposing, but I don't remember you being.
Nah. It was a lot of blur in that moment. And for people who may not have been to the Met, it's like everybody that you look around and you see, it's somebody. Like, it ain't no plus ones or like, oh, they're my partner, my publicist. It's like, no, bro.
Yeah, $30,000 plates. Every plate is $30,000. It's basically, I think the fashion houses raise these charity to do something for different things, obviously, but this was when I was working with Versace. So they flew like a makeup artist in from, I don't know, Paris or somewhere to do like Keisha's makeup. They let us go to like Fifth Ave, not let us, but we went to Fifth Ave and I don't know, man, I spent, I don't know, maybe $100,000 and just got all this Versace stuff. So that was the time. And then she had no clue that I was gonna do that, but I was like, this would be a good time to propose because it'd be like, it's something that'll live well past, you know what I mean, after, you know, we're gone. And so it was just something I wanted to do historic. Met Gala's been around for years. I feel like it'll be around for many more. So it was my little stunt, you know what I'm saying, some you know, South Side players.
You know what I mean? But you know, for me, the Met Gala is like humbling a little bit.
Yeah, some bankrolls in there.
But could like, first off, I told this story before, but I'll say it again. I had a bad experience because I got the, hey, who a buddy? Like, who are that? Situation. I was in front of Kim Kardashian. No, I was behind Kim Kardashian and in front of Nicki Minaj. So I was just the dude that was just like, hey man, go on and get on out the way. You feel what I'm saying? It was like, you go from a red carpet noise where it's, I mean, they coming from everywhere.
Yeah.
And then by the time I get up there, it's just like, and get buddy on out, and then it's another, Nicki, over here, Nicki.
Yeah, so yeah, that's why I wasn't going for that. That's why I took my little time.
Oh yeah, for sure.
We got that going.
Definitely.
I got down. She was looking at me like, well, what's wrong with you? You know what I'm saying? And truth be told, I had a little Versace blazer, the little ring caught in it. It don't want to, like, the box so big.
It ain't fooling with you.
Man, I'm like, the voice in my head is God. I'm like, what is this voice trying to tell me? That boy just pop on out. I'm saying I did it. And, after that, it was a bunch of congratulations as we was moving around. But it is like the who's who, I'm saying, the top of the top list. And it was an experience. I only went that one time, but it was a great experience.
Definitely cool. Now, to the similarities, both of us grew up in Atlanta. And I'm still grateful that I was able to share a dope moment in my life because not a lot of football players can say that they had a signature shoe. Not a cleat, but like a signature shoe. You obviously performed at my shoe release. Yeah. What was that, 2017, on the brink of Pretty Girls Like Trap Music. Both restaurant owners, Escobar, as well as mine with Fellowship, businessmen, this is plethora, Candyland. Yeah. Is Pampered still around?
Pamper's not around anymore. I'm about to do something else with it for the World Cup that's coming up. So I'm about to make it. It's time to, like, in every top of the year, I kind of revamp me as a brand and my brands and businesses. And I feel like now it's time to, I feel like a lot of the things that are put in the community was my way of doing kind of like community service because it was helping the community and helping the people that work there more than it was helping me.
For sure.
But now it's time to put things in place that could, have a bigger return.
Listen, dog, as I was preparing for this show, as we do a lot, talking to the producer, John A., and she didn't necessarily know this last interesting fact about our sons, our best friends. Like,
best friend.
Like real friends. Like
locked in every day.
Can I go to his house? Can he come over mine? Like real type of friends. But as I was trying to explain to her how you are, I gave her this way of thinking. I say, this nigga like a young nigga, but he make old nigga moves.
I don't even know, man.
Listen, every time I see you, bro, you dress like fly as hell. You know what I'm saying? And some would think like you always hip to the newest stuff. Like I look at you at the little basketball game, this nigga got on a whole Balenciaga top hat, drawers, socks, nigga pinky ring, nigga got gloves on. Nigga, then the next day he gonna come out there in a fur coat. Like it just, dang. But then when you start to realize like he moved like an old cat, like you got a business. When I asked you about the Crystal situation, the creative marketer, being a part of so many different collaborations, it's just so many things that you can't just box, Mr. Epps into one thing. It's like, bro, like, don't get the thought of a rapper in your brain. I got so many different ways to get it.
Yeah. You got to do that, though, because you'll get typecasted. You'll get looked at as one thing, you know what I'm saying? So I always felt like it was important to have multiple streams of income. I always felt like it was important to have passive income and to always be somebody that's easy to work with and to collaborate with, even past music, not just songs, even in business.
Yeah.
So I just put everything into place, man. I'm very I'm very headstrong. I believe in the higher power. I move with grace. I move with honor. I move with respect. I move with integrity. I've been taught by the best. from either my nature or my nurture aspect. If you want to just talk about upbringing on the household, you know, my mom is a God-fearing woman, but she a gangster, and my daddy, he was a real hustler. And if you talk about the streets, I was around all of it and did more of listening than talking when I was in the streets, more just soaking up the game, being around it, moving a certain way, because I always had trust issues like many of us do, but I don't have, you know, like you have your siblings, I don't have brothers or sisters, you know what I'm saying? It's just really me. So I like the streets was my brother, you know what I mean? And just I haven't made it this long without knowing how to navigate, and that's a reason why I wrote this book too. Like, I felt like I was one, either hiding something from people, like the secret to success, or two, I was looking at this book as like almost like a community outreach program. This is me putting this in the community to help my community, but in my own way. Like, I feel like this is just my opinion, but when I listen to this voice in my head, or this inner monologue, or this divine, whatever I got going on, things work out for me.
Yeah.
Things work out in a positive way. And we all got multiple things, I'm sure we hear.
And each of us is two of us. That's what they say.
Yeah, I feel like, and I'm sure you can relate, because I'm, you know, like you said, our sons are best friends. I'm familiar with the household, so it's not that this book is even religious. It's me talking about God through my experiences. But right. I do know that both of us are God-fearing. Sure. You know what I'm saying? I know for a fact Chosen he got to go to church tomorrow. He got to leave. He can't stay tonight. You know what I mean? So. It's been nice. I tell you, send Halo with him. You know what I'm saying, or whatever. But you know, it's just, man, maturing and growing is a really beautiful thing, man. Just growth and maturation. It's a beautiful thing, man. You know, like the whole, you know what I'm saying. You can still be young in spirit, but just growing and getting this little wisdom and getting game just through, man, whether it's a meeting or crossing paths with just anything. I'm not afraid to learn from anybody, man. I'm somebody that just straight up took out the glove, man. I humbled myself, you know what I'm saying? I listen to if the valet at my club got some game, if the homeless man say something, I don't just shun people like that. And man, that stuff has helped me become more whole and helped me find my purpose past the music. Mm-hmm. And you know what I'm saying, coming up with this type of literature, man, it's just my way of putting it out, helping my community. I feel like they can learn from
So let me ask it in this way. A man of many different talents. The world knows you as a musical artist. Mm-hmm. They also may know you as a TV personality, the host of Most Expensivest. Yeah. So many different versions of yourself that we've seen. Why is now the time that you've chose to come out with a book and you becoming an author?
I think success without reflection is just noise. You know what I'm saying? You gotta take time to just reflect on, like, I've made this a career. Like, I done made this rap thing a career, Cam, you know what I'm saying? I love basketball. You know my back. I love basketball. I hustled in the streets. I still went to college and got my degree, but I hustled in college. I hustled after college. So this was like, I broke a generational curse with not even a generational curse, but something that was going on in my family. My mama hustled. Her mama sold bootleg. Look, it's like, then it stops with me. Like, my kids won't have to do none of that. So I think it was just time to talk about these things. I'm on my 9th album. I don't know how many mixtapes. So it was important for me to reflect. It was important for me to talk about the journey. It's important to, like, now that you survived those scars, like, what you learn from them, like, and my book, I didn't want it to be like cliche, like a normal, not normal, but like a rap artist who always gonna talk about, like, I mean, we all got the struggles, but I wasn't trying to out-struggle nobody in this book. I got journeys. It's about some of the journeys, but it's about how the boys help me navigate through these journeys or not. And I'm just hoping that one person, it affects one person. Like, it just helps one person going to further than they ever thought they could.
So I did see the excerpts, you know, that was sent over, and just reading that, it's some heavy points in this book, right?
I'm telling you, man, you're gonna rock with it.
Like, one of those moments was as you were seeing, you know, your father kind of suffer right in front of you. And there was a moment, it was like you were seeing him kind of say with his eyes, like, do something, and you couldn't. He was handcuffed as he was struggling, you know, but what was those dynamics where creating this book, everybody has their own kind of strategies or approach to it. First, those type of memories that you had to go back and kind of pull from, how was that experience for you?
It's therapeutic. It's therapeutic. When you talk about somebody that you just close to, and then you have to go back and just relive certain moments, you're gonna automatically just, it's gonna pull some type of emotion out.
Yeah.
The scene that you're talking about was my dad. He was on a breathing. He was on the oxygen. He had something down his throat that was helping him breathe.
Right.
And the nurses were telling me that if he pulls that out of his throat or his esophagus, he could die. So naturally, a person would try to pull something out. So they were saying,
it's not comfortable.
yeah. So they were saying we got to handcuff him to the bed. Look, we're like real handcuffs. But my daddy had been in prison for an extended period of time. Like the last time he got out of prison, he was like 60 something. I picked him up and I made him live with me until his last 7 years of life. So he was going in and out of prison up till he was almost 70 years old. So we in the hospital. He handcuffed, I put this on everything. The man looking at me like, you gonna let these people do that to me, you know what I mean? But they like, so 4 times, I hit him with the, man, take them handcuffs off, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? Boom. But as soon as he take it out, he go to reaching for that motherfucker. And they tell me if he take it out, he gonna die. So I say, put it back on, you know what I mean? Yeah. So it's like a seesaw of emotions. And so I talk about that and how sometimes the voice might not be as clear because you dealing in fear. You know what I'm saying? You're in that fear, you can't really hear the voice, or you ego or something like that, you can't hear it like that. So these moments, because my dad died right in front of me. Like that was, like he died a couple of days probably after that. So he ended up dying right. So just going through all that, like I see you and your relationship with your father coming to the game, like my father never be able to see, well, he can. I honestly feel like Halo is an extended version of my father, which is a whole nother story. But, you know, just being there in the physical, you know what I mean? And so the book is very personal. It's introspective, but it's the truth. It's just me being very vulnerable. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
But why the title? The voices in my head is God. Like that, some would think that's a gospel or very religious kind of a phrase. But what did the meaning, or does the meaning mean, and how did you come up with it?
The voice in my head would be more of the intuition, the conscious, the tapped in. The voice in my head is that when I say God, I'm just giving somebody else credit that's higher than me, basically. And that's all I can really relate to, you know what I'm saying? So if I had to sum the title up, like the voice in my head, that's what it means as a whole. That's what it means to me. You know what I mean? Like.
So in this kind of journey or just on religion, obviously not just us having our personal relationship, I'm a fan. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, I'm a fan of you too, brother. I want my boots like, you know, I try to come trim. I try to come trim. I come trim, big hat like you. I come fish skin boot, pure. I'm finna
yours is real. Mine just Walmart's.
Oh no, yeah, mine real. Mine Peru.
Yeah.
Man, I'm finna fuck this name up, man. Peruku. Peruku.
Well, mine.
Peruku. Yo, Walmart.
Doo-doo.
Doo-doo.
That mine. When me following your career, I say all that to say, me following your career, I even heard the excerpt of you and Louis Farrakhan, right? And how do you balance one religion of the Nation of Islam, but also, you know, with Christianity or Catholic or non-denominational, like where does that kind of play a role in identity of religion?
I think when you grow, you become more open-minded, and some things that you learn as a kid, sometimes they expire, sometimes they amplify. And so when you become an adult, you just listen to other people's philosophy and see which one I'm aligned with some of your beliefs. And I think when you see me around, you know, the minister and getting some knowledge from that, that's exactly what it is. Me understanding some of the, or listening to some of the theories and it being aligned to what I feel or believe. Same thing with Christianity, same thing with a lot of religions. I don't think, you know, one religion is necessarily wrong, but it's all about, like, you know, beliefs, you know, at the end. That's the common denominator at the end of the day. So it's just about what you believe and what's helping you process and get through your day.
Obviously, this is not a newness of a musical artist going pen to paper, you know, with becoming an artist. I mean, an author. We've seen JC with Decoded. Jeezy is an author. Rick Ross, author. Gucci, author. Did you ever reach out to any one of them to kind of get inspiration of how they went about, you know, writing their books?
No, because I just wanted it to be my own thought process. I didn't want to be swayed by a lot of those guys that you name. I've read their books, but I didn't really necessarily call them for pointers. I felt like if I see somebody else do it, I feel like I can do it. And so many people have written books, so I knew it was feasible for me. I knew it would be time consuming, but I also knew I wouldn't mind to be conceptual, and I wanted to be able to go past my initial audience or fans that like me for being Titty Boy, 2 Chainz.
Yeah.
And it just took a little thought, man. It just took a little thought, and I love thinking, I love creating, I love, you know, coming up with ideas and ideating, so.
You said or mentioned that it was therapeutic for you. Mm-hmm. Any part of the book was triggering?
Oh yeah, a lot of that. Yeah. I think that's one thing that makes it a good read.
Yeah.
You gotta have those triggers, and my audiobook is very dope too. Not only am I really good at reading, you know what I'm saying? But I got like this production behind it, like a score. So you know what I'm saying?
Like a movie score. Like,
yeah,
like
but you, because I listen to mine in my car. Yeah. So you ride, you listening to me read, you know, from the book.
And I'm sorry to cut you up, but I'm reading the excerpts, and I know you, and I'm like, oh, this nigga, he talking it out. Like, it's actually your words and your dialect and you know
all
what I'm saying?
That. Yeah. It's important for that to be the connection, man. That's how I think things are relatable. I think that's how me and you are able to go in different rooms and be accepted, because it's a vulnerable side, but then it's that transparency, and it's also that comfortable in our skin side. That's, bro, we was friends before our sons was born, bro.
For sure.
We was friends before our children were born, bro. How are our children best friends, bro? You know what I'm saying? It's just, man, you know, God working this mysterious, and they're both very confident young men. Yeah. And you know, people know that around them. The places that they at, try to keep them separated as much as they can. Yeah. You know, and it's just like, man, it just, when you
gotta speak to that, cause like,
ain't it? I don't want to, you know, but man, they done split these boys up. I say, man, what's up with Cho? They say, I don't know, I ain't even seen him today. I'm like, what? I asked about it, he's like, bro.
So for the people that don't know, Chosen, how it all happened, I was like, you know, when you just having like father, son, or parent talk with your kids, it's like, you got any friends at school? He's like, yeah. And I'm like, who name me some of your friends. When he said Halo, I'm like, nigga, that's a very distinct name. I'm like, hey, okay, Halo. Yeah. Well, that's a black person name, you know what I'm saying? Typically. And he was like, oh, I think his dad like a rapper or something like that. I said, what? Y'all in this, the happenstance of that happening.
Happenstance.
You feel me? That's the Southern, you just gotta make up. So I'm good at making up stuff.
We seen that.
You feel me?
Yeah, we seen it.
The happenstance of that happening. You want me to spell it too?
No.
Oh.
I ain't gonna do you like I'm a friend. I'm your real friend.
That cool.
So you got to try like that.
They was in class together. Then all of a sudden, the school that you let your son go to and mine go to occasionally, like they got a very involved parents.
Occasionally.
It's like we go to the parent-teacher conference or like the, meet and greet with the teachers. Hey,
we been all that together.
And I'm like, why they done split them up?
But I split them up.
You know what I mean? Like, nah, he gonna be in this room, they gonna be in that room, and then they just...
I don't even think they got too many classes together anymore. Like, I think they might do recess. They got recess together. They got orchestra together. And neither one of them like it. Yeah. I mean, they know. I'm sure the teachers know. I'm looking for this boy's violin right now.
Yeah.
But
my boy got a cello.
He go cello. He told me. He say Chosen got cello. But Halo tried to outthink because he said you got to tote the instrument that shit. So he went violin
because it's small.
He said, "Boy, Chosen got that cello."
Bruh, cello big as hell.
Cello big as hell.
Boy, when he come home with the cello, I said, "Son, what we doing with that?"
Cello big
he said,
hell.
"Oh, I'm in the." I said, "You in the band?"
Yeah.
I said, "Son, what you gonna be doing on Friday night? You try to strike up the band, not when you score. You ain't trying to play in the band. That's it."
The one thing about the school, I mean, you can't be mad because they put diversity all on them kids. You know what I'm saying? They got to be able to do everything. You know what I'm saying? And so many.
Very great school.
And it's mandatory. They can't do something else. You know what I'm saying? This year they got to do this. So but I think it's cool. They don't. Him, my son on the game. They got the phone on FaceTime, but it's over there. And then Chosen on the game. And I'm like, who you talking to about Chosen? What's up? And they some little bad. They bad now. That's all I'm gonna say now.
Who?
Them both of them. They some little bad jokers now.
Chosen bad?
He ain't bad. Not bad, like.
I see what they, listen.
You know what I'm saying?
Cause Chosen all, like, one thing about Halo, he has the boy, what Halo is, 10?
Yeah, he 10.
He every bit of 14. Cause when he come around, like, hey, I don't think I ever told you what Keisha did. When Halo first came to the crib, my daughter was there, Shakira. So Halo comes over there, and then he grabs Shakira's hand like, what's up? What's your name? I said, hey man, that's my daughter, bro. What we got going on? But Pete, so even with they whole dynamic, what the world saw was Halo trying to sell Keisha or tell Keisha about him selling pine cones.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that.
And at their school, well, we know folk got money.
Yeah.
They spending the coin, but on pine cone.
Yeah, that's
He trapping pine cones, bro.
That Garbage Road and Old Nat started coming out when he did that. And he came back with real live and got in trouble. Yeah, got in trouble, man. Yeah, I pick them up from school and I hear it all, man. I hear all the good, home. They have some real stuff going on, man. Them boys, it's gonna be all right, man. I like to see them, grow together, man, because it's always some good stories from that camp, and they stick together.
They definitely do.
They locked in, man.
It's a little treacherous though, cause man, I had a moment this past weekend where it was not only my son's birthday, but my daughter's birthday too. February, busy month for me. A lot of birthdays. God blessings. But she comes over there to the house. We just talking, what college life is. And we just thought these Negroes is 10. Yeah. You got Suge, you got Caesar, you got Cashmere, and Poe Sovereign, her little friends. Cause they, like, she have her little play dates. Like, she's a girly girl. I don't know how God done blessed me with a girly girl amongst all these boys.
Real girly girl.
But her daughter, her friends come over there.
Oh, wow.
And you know, when her friends come over there, you know, all the boys come downstairs with the tank top. I said, hey, boy, go put your shirt on.
Hey,
Everybody trying to show out. They trying to wrestle.
Man, they might got creatine in them eggs over there. What up, man? Them boys, man, shook, rocked up. All of them rocked up, man. It's crazy, man. That's one thing, you know, Halo always talk about. He went over there last time, came back. He got a whole Scarface scar. Oh, I don't even know what he did. Somebody scratched himself. He don't even got no nails. But every time they get around each other, they at my house, they clear the whole ottomans out the way. And some kind of way they play one-on-one football. And they just hit. And they just, man, it's just a beautiful thing to see them come up under us. And hopefully, you know, not even hopefully, but just knowing that they're going to just keep the legacy going.
Yeah. Now, last thing on the book for me. What part of the book do you really want people to understand the most?
Whatever point I think can be relatable to them. Some of it they probably won't be able to relate to because I'm telling some stories through the intuitive process, like how I got to this point. So some of it might not, but if they can relate to some of it, I'm hoping that, you know, they can catch it, grab it, hold on to it.
Yeah, for sure. Now, you ever looked at it through a lens, like if you were to have a biopic, who would you want to play you?
A biopic, who gonna play me?
Like, yeah.
Man, it ain't too many players, like, man, you know what I'm saying? Because one thing about it, man, you want somebody to at least have your stature. So, you know what I'm saying? No disrespect, but I wouldn't want a short person to play me. You know, I'm a real 6'5". I'm saying 214, 15, 214, 15.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Around and now, you know. Still very much, you know, I'm still very much athletic. I stretch every day. I drink my water.
Yeah. Okay, answer this one. Who would you want to play your dad?
Oh, yeah. Okay, I could probably do that. So my dad, he looked like two people that was already on TV. One person they used to call my dad, they used to call him Mr. Miyagi because he was short, and he's shorter than my mom. He's short. My dad's short, and he lighter than you, and he had these little Asian eyes. And then another person they used to call him, just by the way he talked, was, if you remember the scene on The Color Purple, when the man daddy came into his house and he was laid, he was like, you need to clean this shit up and all that stuff. Whatever his name was.
Him.
They used to say that was my dad too. So it would be somebody, I think I can definitely find more people to play him than to play me because he was a shorter gentleman, but he was in the Army and did prison. So he was always in shape. His chest was always bigger than his stomach. I think that's important for the generation, you know what I'm saying? Like, stomach can't go past, you know what I'm saying? So even at 70, he still had pecs and that type of shit.
He was in shape.
He was in shape to be his age, for sure.
Yeah. Now, I want to get to this point because as a musical artist, the goal, right, the shrine has to be a Grammy.
Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying? Like, you do what you do to get notoriety. Like, as a football player, Pro Bowl, All-Pro, All-American, you know, obviously champion, that's a team, but personally,
Yeah.
you know, it's those things. Well, you won 2 Grammys. Do you believe you get the respect that you deserve as an MC?
I probably don't, but it's cool, like, because once you get it in, so it's cool to keep exceeding other people's expectation, and it's cool for me to keep exceeding my own. You know what I'm saying? I just love recording every night, not knowing what I'm gonna say next, being witty, being creative, coming up with dope ideas. Some help me, some help others. You know, man, these things I done thought about throughout the years, man, it's done trickle down to help individuals to help their families.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm a very important part of, like, the ecosystem, man, you know?
But Stay with me. Not just as music as a whole, more specifically, this where I'm like, does 2 Chainz get the respect he deserved in Atlanta? Because when you talk about MCs or rappers, you gonna mention Gucci, Jeezy, T.I., Andre 3000, now you got the Lil Babies. You know, you got so much talent that the Futures, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's people that come and make their mark, and your mark has definitely been made, but when you start to, you know, kind of hear lists, and you don't necessarily see your name or hear your name, how does that make you feel in the city of Atlanta?
It don't make me feel no way, because the city of Atlanta acknowledged me and my peers know, and it's just, I don't know, I'm just not a loud person, man. I smoke loud, that's about it. My nigga, I'm such a player, man. I'm such a player that ain't nobody gonna tell me I'm not. That being in Atlanta that has gotten this far. So being on the list ain't gonna really, you know, it ain't gonna affect me. It ain't gonna make me lose sleep at all, because, man, I just know my impact. I just know my impact, man.
For sure.
I know, like, I just know my impact, man. Music, outside the music, my marketing, I just know my impact. Just what my ecosystem has done for this shit. I know, man. I know I'm Pinterest to some niggas. I'm a mood board to some niggas. I'm up. Like, I probably got. You see what I'm saying? It's probably pictures. You know what I'm saying? Like, niggas manifesting this type of,
like,
nigga go.
What he got on.
Yeah, niggas manifesting this shit.
I know on that for a lot of folks.
Yeah, so like,
folk be like, boy,
caught up into that.
Boy, my boy got them boots on, boy.
I'm telling you, I went pure. Damn near, these ain't piranha skin. They pure cooch, some shit. They flavor. I went extra flavor. I say when I go on cam show, I'm going big hat, big boots. You know what I'm saying? I'm going that energy. You know what I mean? So, and my partner shit too. You know what I'm saying? Because it ain't now. We be swapping out content flavors for each other. So. You know what I mean? I had to come train.
Man, ain't done with you, man. Come on, man. Let these folks know.
Yeah, but so my buddy basically let me take over his show, you know what I'm saying? Funky Friday, to promote my new book. Which one my camera? This my red one?
This you right here.
This me right here. Okay, you just looking at the motherfucker. Okay, you looking at the silhouette motherfucker. Okay, well, check me out. We got The Voice in My Head Is God by yours truly. I'm the author. I'm the owner. And
tell them about the car collection, because they don't know that. You feel what I'm saying? Like,
my car collection.
No folk. You dig what I'm saying?
Man, you crazy, man.
Cause they be like, rappers ain't got no money. They don't got no motion. You feel me?
Some rappers don't have any money. Some rappers probably don't. And then there's some rappers that's rich. You just gotta kind of get in where you fit in. As far as me, I have 22 cars over 3 states. And we just drive one to one, run out of gas, get low on gas, and we get in another one until they all on E. Then we jump into the electric. They've been pointing birds at me in my electric car, so.
You cold, bro.
I'm cold.
Cold.
I'm cold. I'm cold, cuz. I'm cold. I ain't gonna lie to you. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Gotta stay warm out here, my boy.
I mean, I see how you do it, man.
Look, hey, man, you did the verses with Rick Ross. How did that come about?
Pandemic, everybody was doing verses. Me trying to find somebody to do it with. Ross, the homie, he was for it. I forgot who hooked it up, probably Swiss or somebody hooked it up, but I know he wasn't turning it down. No one turned it down, so we did it. It was during the pandemic. We were here in Atlanta. I can't remember where we were. I remember everybody having on masks behind the scene and everything, but yeah. Just supposed to be 20 songs. You know what I mean? I just ran off like 20 plaques. Just play everything that got plaques to them, you know what I mean? That's how you do that.
But down, like, see, this way, I don't know this modest nigga I'm looking at right now.
Man.
Like, I know Mr. Prophet, you know, a drench god.
Yeah,
man.
yeah. I'm still
you know what I'm saying? Like,
so you got
why we ain't go mixtape chain? You know what I'm saying?
We could go mixtape chain, but when my whole thing I think what that is, when you do stuff like that, you have to really let people know, yeah, this one is double. Yeah, this one is triple. This one is good. You gotta let people know, like, you've been doing this so long, consistently, like, these come with something. These come with trophies on the side of them. Of course, I got mixtapes that got Blue Flame and clubs and all this stuff going in uproar. But when that was my thinking when I got on that platform. It was more or less to remind people, like, and if you do these certain records that have 3, 4, 5 plaques, you know they know them from here to across the water. Yeah. So that was just my angle on it. I could have definitely went into my mixtape pot and did some, got one or understatement and some stuff like that.
I'm a starter. I heard the ride first on a mixtape before it even.
Yeah. So that was just growing legs on its own. I had to put that on. Yeah, but yeah, I mean, but. Yeah, and I'll probably do another because they started back. So if somebody else want to, get down, but it'll be the same thing. It'll just be letting people know, like, this my.
Speaking of Verzuz,
12, 13, 14 plaque.
The T.I. and 50 Cent situation.
But I don't speak on people when they ain't here. We ain't gonna give them that clickbait.
You ain't got to. I want to. It's like. Okay. You making it. I'm just saying, bro, it's so interesting. It's so captivating. It's one of those things like, like this what's happening in music. And like, you so cool that for people who don't know, I done been around a lot of famous people in Atlanta. It's Atlanta. It's Wakanda, the Mecca of Black excellence. And bro, your aura is real mellow. Like, it ain't one of the, even though the only rowdy thing people may get from 2 Chainz is when they saying your name. Cause I ain't never, it's like, 2 Chainz. You know what I mean? Like, it's a loud kind of echo.
You gotta get it.
You can't say it like, well, that's 2 Chainz. It's like, 2 Chainz, like, it's that.
Yeah.
Other than that, I ain't really seen you have any quarrel with nobody.
Yeah, like how you got into them 2 boys right there on the line. Online. Yeah,
but I don't want to talk about that either.
Yeah, see, that's what I'm talking about. Let me put you in the blender. Yeah, I'm gonna put you in the blender right quick. Yeah, so you ain't seen that from me. Gotcha. You need me to jump on 2
but
niggas.
It's the industry though. But them men, you know what I'm saying, that these folk
we ain't gotta do that.
We ain't gotta do that.
We ain't gotta do it. I'm with you 100%. But I know what you're saying. I ain't really got caught in the mess or got caught in the is he really like that and all of that stuff. And that's cool. And like I tell many people, many of my peers, I be the sucker nigga until my wife or my mama around. Then I'm gonna crash out. So you're not gonna play me out the streets by saying something or doing something. But if my old lady ain't, all she know is a certain side of me that many other people might not know. All my mama knows is a certain side of me that many people will never know. What the world knows is just a whole, a person that is just glad he's where he is in life.
So, can we just talk in general? Generally speaking, if you were observing a person beef with Tahid, right? Is there like a line that's crossed in beef, or is it just a free fall? And I remember having this conversation,
There's a line crossed in beef.
It's like, is it certain things that you don't say, don't do, or it's just like, oh, we taking it down?
I think it depends on what tier the beef is on, you know what I mean? You got play beef and you got real beef. And I have been a part of
some unhealthy beef.
Yeah, so when the play come, I know it's play. So I don't, there's no need to really get caught up. Man, see, like the troll and all that stuff, like that stuff came around since I've been in the industry. Like that word came around since I've been in the industry almost 2 decades. So, I remember when trolling came around then. Now it's like, now sometimes you can't tell when people are trolling or not and all that stuff. So me just being the comfortable, cool nigga, you know what I'm saying, that I always got my own of everything, you know what I'm saying? I don't need that from nobody. When I go out, I have my own everything. And, just being somebody that really never asks people for nothing and just being somebody that can also be a friend and a peer, and it should be a listener if somebody need or get some game from. So I just kind of like, I've been moving with that type of light. I ain't really like, I'm in my 40s, Cam. I ain't trying to like have no, God, I don't want no mug shot. I don't want, not no more. I don't want none of that. I don't want that type of attention so you can think I'm really like that, or that's how my raps live. I know what I've done. I know the mistakes I know but I ain't trying to really make it no more for the sake of having somebody thinking, one way about me. I'm past all that.
But you mentioned it though. If somebody mentions Keisha or mentions your mom.
or my daughters, I gotta put my daughters into it's the girls in my life.
Yeah.
Man. You know what I'm saying? It's the girls in my life. That's when I think any man should step up and be that or do that.
But does it make it play then? That's my question. It's like, if we talking about disagreements, bump beef, it's just like, as men, you owe a service to protect, right? Provide, all these different things. But now when you start bringing in innocence.
Oh yeah, I mean, I'm just, that's what I'm on. For my girls, I'm crashing out.
For the viewer though, going off like T.I. and 50, I don't know if people will get a respect to say that on a song Effing Problem. I love bad, that's my problem. That song. The collaboration was A$AP Rocky, Kendrick Lamar, and Drake. Did y'all ever perform that together?
Damn, I don't think we ever performed that together. No, that song I did. So the what y'all heard, the final thing was probably due to like some of Drake's genius, right? I did a song with Drake. The hook that y'all hear was a verse. It was a part of my verse. This is like my second or third time even telling this story. But the hook, y'all hear that fucking problem? I had wrote a verse for Drake's song. I never heard the song. He reconstructed that song, took that part out of my verse, made it a hook. Him and 40, his producer, made the beat, and they put the whole song together. By the time I heard it, I was maybe more confused than anything, but it did have all those people on it. And so I just had to like, and one of my friends reminded me how they said, boy, you don't remember, boy, you was kind of tripping at first, but I don't think I was tripping. I don't know if I wanted to do a verse. Maybe I wanted to do a verse to it or something like this, but it ended up working out for everybody. I think it's almost diamond if it's not diamond, but we never got on stage and did that record together. It'd be massive.
Massive.
I don't think it'll ever happen.
And what dynamic? Because
I mean, it'll never happen. It'll never happen. I mean,
because like when I think of the rollout, it's like A$AP don't like Drake now.
oh shit.
Kendrick don't like Drake now. I don't know if Drake, well, that hate so strong, you only can accept or expect that Drake don't like them. But here you are, the cool dude right in the middle of everything, just like.
I really ain't in the middle. I really just be minding my business. I ain't in the middle and I ain't taking sides. Like, I didn't go to school with none of these niggas, man. I didn't come up, I'm not from, this is like, to me, the industry is like school. Like once you get into some of the mess, it's kind of school-like stuff, but like, I met a lot of these people as grown adult men. Some of them, you become more family and brothers, and some of them you don't. But I've been moving around long enough from the streets and hip hop to know that sometimes it's best that you just mind your business and you don't speak on other people's relationships or anything like that. And that's just how I've been moving. I never really I really listen to. And bro, I'm sitting here talking to you about it, bro. You don't put me in a trap. I'm so goddamn ain't studying it. I'm just like, oh yeah, I ain't even peeping at this person on. That's how I don't care. That's how much I don't care. Mm-hmm. I'm telling you, oh yeah, I'm telling you how the song came about. You like, nah, nigga, I done put you in the blender. But I'm trying to tell you, bro, how I don't even be caring or don't even be bothering me.
But is it not awkward though? Being a rapper in this climate.
How is it awkward?
Because now it's almost like you got to choose a side.
How do I have to choose a side?
Just okay, from the
Cam, our kids are friends, so we see each other. How I don't even see some, they don't live. I don't see these people. I don't talk to these. We in the industry together, but I don't
understand. But what I'm saying, what I'm saying is this: if there is a speculation where two people may see differences, there's numerous disagreements that in my lifetime and even presently that it's just like, okay, I don't know. But those type of situations may force one to say, are you rocking with this person or are you rocking with that person? Hence, Super Bowl just passed, All-Star just passed. You got a whole circuit of different festivals that is about to approach in the spring and the summer. You're gonna be in these places like Cardi B, Nicki Minaj, Gunna, Thug, 50, T.I. You got 50, Rick Ross. You got...
So I just supposed to come through that mode with the pom-pom just like cheering for this who I'm with.
No.
Just don't mess with, you better not mess with, you better not put your hands on this grown-ass man.
I'm saying though,
Well,
but you fool with everybody though.
But let me tell you
how is one supposed to matriculate, another word, a camism? Matriculate through the minutia of this commodity of rap in this climate.
Do what I've been doing, Cam. I always fuck with who fuck with me. That's how it's so easy for me to move around, because I fuck with who fuck with me. And if they don't fuck with me, I don't fuck with them and I don't go around them. So that's how easy it is. I ain't really put people against each other like you just did in different brackets, like this person. This my when I'm listening to you say it out loud, it just lets me know somebody's always into something. But I got so much going on in my life that I can't get caught up into what's going on in other people's life.
Understood. So with it being Women's History Month, give me your top 5 female rappers and why.
I think you got Nicki, Cardi, Gangsta Boo.
Ooh.
I want to say Kim Fox, and I want to put Latifah in there too, because I know she had something to do. A lot of the females paved the way for another one, and then they branched off and just. And I even want to say Lotto, like.
Yeah,
Lotto be going crazy. Glorilla, man, it's going crazy. But when you just talk about the history of the girls, sometimes you can't. Sometimes we'll start right here, and just it's a funny place to start. But sometimes these females open the door for another female, who open the door for a couple females, and so on and so forth. But I could tell you that it's here to stay. It's doing just as well as what the guys are doing. So
that's dope. Lotto rap her ass off.
Lotto go.
Glorilla, she rap her ass off. Cardi, obviously. I'm waiting on Nicki. Like, them during my time. Like, I got to talk about my time in a sense, because I wasn't able to listen to rap music when Lil' Kim, Fox, I'm very familiar of their impact.
Yeah.
Very familiar. So.
You can't even like, I know how you kind of, I don't know how you came up, but you told me the stories. But was there any part of you that, because back then it would be, I guess, somebody had, you never picked up somebody's headphones, what y'all got going on, or you just always stayed in your own bubble and did what you did?
So I tell you this, Godby Road, where I played rec ball, it was North Clayton Park. Now they changed to Flat Shoals Park. But that area kind of raised me and cultured me, because I was going to school at a private school, Solid Rock Academy. And I remember vividly, like, my parents would have to work, but we would have to ask church members to kind of assist with taking us to practice. So we would just have to, this was way before Uber. You know what I'm saying? All that, like, we just had to find ways to get to practice. But I remember while I was at practice, that's where you would hear Outkast, you would hear Goody Mob, you would hear all these songs on the radio. Look, it was just like, okay, I don't know who that is. I just know that it sounds like everybody rocking with it, like you and like yo and like all that stuff. Yeah. And that's how I got cultured to hip hop.
For sure.
I was the kid when my parents went in the grocery store or went in the store, we would turn on V103 and then turn it back, to the Christian radio, as my parents was approaching.
Gotcha.
You feel what I'm saying? So I didn't get the ability to listen to music like freely until I got my car. And that was like my senior year in high school.
Gotcha. But
the niggas I was around, the people that I was around, basketball, it was just there. Like, it was funny, and this kind of like off topic, but Peggy was mentioning what was the prep for school. Like for me, there is a monumental Atlanta staple, the Discount Mall, right? And they had all the jugs. They had the Jabot. You could get a grill. That's where I got my first grill at. It was.
They had Eddie's in there. Eddie's go-to. Yeah.
They had mixtape, they had music, they slouch socks, jerseys, all that. You couldn't get your jerseys in there because they were gonna pop you there. That was the let me check your tag era. Mm-hmm. You feel what I'm saying? Like when you growing up, staying trim, as the kids say now, staying fly. What was the gotta have it's, growing up in Atlanta?
I ain't get it out the D-Mall. I can tell you that. I've been having my way, bro. I've been blessed for a long time, bro. I've been going to Phillips and having a relationship with employees. I know people when they started at Gucci, end up in I've been going to these malls. I used to take pride in just being a high class, educated street brother. I just took pride in it. So when I went to D-Mall, I was either serving or making plays or something like that, but I never got a belt or nothing out of that. I can't even lie to you. I can't even lie to you.
I got everything in front of you.
It's okay. I'm not talking down on you or anybody else. It was a place that had really good knockouts. But I thought you thought I could relate to that story, and I wanted to detach myself from the story very early on.
No.
Let you know that I couldn't relate whatsoever.
That's cool.
They had Africans in there who had the good packing now. They had I used to go in there and shop with the Africans. Used to give them a bunch of ones, and they say, the Africans say, "Oh man, come on, Slim. Slim all these fucking ones again, Slim." See, I know it's gonna take them so long, I'm gonna shout them and get out of there. So I used to work mine like that, but yeah, man. I wasn't in there like picking up no
Bro, I was in there shopping. Well, it was regional, so some folk call it the Discount Mall, other people
the D-Mall.
They D-Mall, you got Schwab meat, you know what I'm saying? So many different spots, bro. I ain't know no better. But you wasn't gonna catch me with no on, you know what I mean?
And as big as you is, this is one you ain't pop out, bust out that shit over there. That shit wasn't stitched up properly.
It was all right. You'll never know.
Yeah, you gonna come out some of that shit.
See, that's the thing. See, I ain't really get talked about a lot. Like you could like you got your peoples. You know what I mean? Be like, oh, you got your teammates, but certain people be like, when you hear, all right now, are you laughing a little too hard? Nah,
hey,
like, I was one of them kids. God was just,
bro, you
on my
don't
side.
even realize, because I know I don't. But you don't realize how huge you are, bro. You don't even realize, because you in your own body, so you don't realize it, bro.
Yeah.
So when you walk around and you just be bigger than everybody, bro, you don't know what the hell going on. So people probably won't try you because you're not soft. So you know what I'm saying? I'm sure people make joke. People try to crack jokes at you now, but like people know, like, man, how we gonna get this man down? You know what I'm saying? It's like it's just like you're gonna need a linebacker. It's just, we done seen what it take to get you down, bro. And it might take more than one of them. So, bro, a nigga not finna be doing that. You can put on, you literally can wear whatever you wanna wear, brother. No one's gonna do anything.
I think I've been doing it.
No.
I've been trying to really.
No shit. You think so?
Nah, bro. I've been really trying to put it together.
I said when I put my boots on, I don't know how the nigga wear it with shorts. I said this nigga just done went crazy. He done went too far left for me, but.
You know what you call it? In your book, it was a effort voice. That was my effort voice.
Yeah, the effort voice. Yeah, you got the effort voice.
You know what I mean?
So sometimes you, hey man, I believe you listen to that effort voice a lot, man. Hey, bro, I ain't gonna lie, we all got it. But I feel like, hey, I believe like your effort voice, it just be, I believe you listen to yours a lot, boy. I try to keep up with you, but you hell. You hell, my nigga. You hell.
So, in the book, you talk about your effort voice versus the righteous voice.
Yeah.
What's the difference?
The effort voice is, I'm not sure we're allowed to cuss, y'all can just mute it, but the effort voice is called the fuck it voice. We all have that too. So I speak on, the whole book is about this voice in my head is God, but I'm sure people like, man, my voice don't always be on the righteous path. So it's that voice that tell us, this might have consequences. This may not be the right thing to do, but you know what? Fuck it. And you do it. And sometimes it don't go right, and sometimes it do. But we got that fuck it voice. So I just wanted to talk on that too, because I'm not perfect at all. You know, I've pulled out my fuck it voice a time or two.
Say less. Let's talk about you as a parent, bro. What accomplishments, you know, when you look at the totality of Halo, Heaven, and Harmony, the impact that they've made in your life?
Man, it's beautiful, man. Watching them grow. You know, it used to be cool going over homework with them. They done passed, you know, school they go to, they damn near done passed my college education. They
up there.
Man, hey, bro, they up there. So just having a family, man, having a DNA in somebody, being able to see them, live with them, watch them grow, watch them get your features, personality, their mom, grandma, whatever it is. I just think it's very interesting and something that's just wonderful to see. You know, I love being a part of my kids.
Now, interesting thing that when your children read this book, what would you want them to know about their father?
That I process things differently. And I might be a little weird sometimes because I'm waiting to get confirmation from this voice of mine to let me know, like, this is what we doing, this is how I'm moving, this is what I'm aligned with. So they already pretty much know that I'm really cool, and they know I got superpowers, so it won't surprise them that much.
Been in the game as long as you've been in the game, is there a person or a brand or anything that you haven't worked with that you would want to work with? Nobody?
Nobody.
Like, bro, I told you this, but it hit different when you really from Atlanta. And, bro, I done seen you on Prime Video. I'm like, bro, that's...
Bro.
You know what I'm saying? That's my, like, real, you know, the impact that you had with, you know, the Pink Trap House. Like, very creative things that not the normal... It's like to have it, to think it, or to thunk it.
Yeah.
And then to see it in real life.
Thank you.
It's like the sweatshirts with the dab, the Santa dab, the, like, all these, like, bro, you made a major impact in the... And it's probably a bad thing to say, but I had to say it, though. And I would like... I don't know if somebody ever gave you the flowers for it being the wrong thing, but the thought word, like, there was an old video that came out.
It's because it happens to somebody in North Carolina. You were down there.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
The impact of you, because that was, folks is like, really, that was before Urban Dictionary even got like, what is this? What is he saying? Like, you know how folks try to look up words and things like that?
Yeah,
Like,
man. You know, you're gonna go through stuff. Especially being an artist, you're gonna go through stuff. It's just how you know, how you navigate through it, how you get back up. You know what I mean? So that stuff like that, peanuts. It's small stuff to a giant, man. That ain't nothing. That ain't nothing. Stuff like that. It happened, but you just kind of keep moving on.
Last question. When history writes your name in hip hop, what do you want the headline to say?
Legendary, legacy. You know what I'm saying? Those kind of L's. You know, we want the headline. We want them to just say, you know, unique individual, overachiever, great father, great husband.
Yeah.
So many adjectives out there that could be used to describe how wonderful I am as a person, bro.
Bro, I'm glad to be able to call you a person that I actually know, friend, and admire you from afar and up close, bro. The things, the moves that you have, bro, it's a blessing. Seeing your children firsthand, seeing your family, your wife firsthand, and how y'all represent that unity. You dig? It's something that any family, black family as well, can always tip their hat off to, bro. Keep doing it, please. And as we end things here at Funky Friday, when I say all together, we're gonna say one love. When I say all together, we're gonna say one love. When I say all together, we're gonna say what?
Love.
One love. We're gonna do an exercise real quick. It's gonna look like this: one finger, one pinky, one thumb. We're gonna go to this camera, then we're gonna go to that camera, then we're gonna finish with that camera right there. You ready? One hand out. This ain't no setup, bro. This ain't you in a blender, bro. This just outside.
Nigga had me throwing up the wrong set. What's good?
Listen, bro.
Man, you got your son doing this shit, man. I damn, he took a picture of something with Halo. He doing that shit. Lord, this man got his whole family back.
It's love, bro. It's love. Like, listen.
Lord,
We not banging, bro.
Boys is banging it.
But listen, all my kids
Got his shirt off and shit, throwing up fucking gang.
Love, bro. It's not a gang sign, bro. It's not a demonic
love.
thing. It's love. It's a sign language of love, bro.
Oh, that's sign language, real sign language?
I promise you.
That's real sign language?
It
You
literally.
took sign language. That real sign language. Y'all, oh, okay. All right.
Bro, I would never get you to crash out like God.
Yeah, man, you been in the mood. I don't know, man. Shit. All right, let's go.
Oh,
Come on, cuz. I done seen you do it before. I never knew what it meant.
It's love. This is
You
love.
you need to explain that. It's love without saying it or something like that. You got to explain that, bro. Nobody know what that mean, bro. You act like a nigga. That shit like some rock. That shit like some other. That shit like something else, killer.
Yes, I would
that shit
agree,
like-
but you got to add the thumb to it.
Man, that shit like you supposed to damn near lick your tongue out with a goddamn
Nah,
with
man.
a guitar.
No,
Or
guy.
some shit like that.
No.
That shit like some rock band.
No,
goddamn.
man. One hand out, bro. One finger, one pinky, one thumb. All together, one love. Ladies and gentlemen, 2 Chainz.
Appreciate you, bro. My dog.
Yes, sir. Yeah, boy, that guy got popped like.